Baby, I need one more favor. Can you give my cup of water? Oh, shit. Thank you. Going through some... I got some good questions for you today, too, man.
That's good. I appreciate that.
Got some good ones.
I'm ready.
Facts. That's the old me. Yes. And we are back with another episode of the Dope Individuals Only podcast. I'm Erik The Host, and I'm up here with another dope individual. Please introduce yourself.
You already know the vibes, man. It's your boy J Smoove. I just want to say one time before we even get started, I appreciate you for having me on, man. I'm a big fan of the show.
Hey, likewise.
Yeah.
Yo, thank you for making the time. Thank you for being flexible. My man is in the building today, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, I want you to start out by letting the people know who you are, what y'all do, what the movement is about. You know what I mean? Give them a little backstory before we jump into the shits.
Right. So like I said, my name is J Smoove. We coming from Reading, Pennsylvania.
Okay.
We do a little bit of everything though. You know, we do a podcast ourselves too called Basement Sessions. We on Facebook Live every Thursday, 6:30. We've been like 4.5 years and running
This
still.
this the first time I'm hearing of this.
For real?
For real.
Yeah.
You gotta send me some episodes.
Yeah,
bro.
I got you for sure. So we be doing that every Thursday for like the last 4.5 years. We really be cooking with that. And then, you know, we do our own shows. We throw our own events and stuff. We just threw one a couple weeks ago. We got another one coming up real soon.
Was that on the 18th, right?
That
was it April 18th or
that we just did one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I forget the date. We do so much stuff, man. I'm like,
Y'all
once
do
it's done, I'm on to the next one. So like all the dates in my head are for future stuff. I have no room for past.
What? 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago, yeah. So whatever that date was.
Yeah. Yo, and it's amazing too because my man Loud Pack, shout out to Loud Pack, Tony, my man.
Big shout out to Loud Pack.
Facts. He invited me to perform with you guys over at the Emmaus Theater and everything.
Yeah.
Some things happened. We weren't able to get the whole entire set done, but I realized how fucking big y'all movement is right now.
Yeah.
I like showing up to the party bus, having multiple videographers, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then the crowd y'all bought out for the very fact that we were closing out the show that day. Show starts open, 8:30?
Right.
We closed up
By the
shop
end
about
of the night,
11:30,
you know.
and it's still mad people in there
Right.
watching y'all perform. You know what I mean? As an artist, how does that make you feel that not only can you bring out a crowd, but there's people out there specifically there for you, rapping the lyrics in the crowd, you know what I'm saying? Like, how does that make you feel?
It's super dope. The thing with me is like I don't really think about it too much though because I like I said I'm so focused on the next thing that it's like, and I'm such a big picture kind of guy. I'm always like, we got to go more. It's got to be bigger. It's got to be further than that. You know what I'm saying?
Level up.
Thank you for that, but now I need to double it. I need to triple it.
Facts.
It's just always like I'm never like, oh, that's so cool and like really focused on that moment. A lot of people be saying that to me. They like, you got to slow down sometimes.
I was about to say that.
Think about some of the stuff that you're doing, and I'm like, I can't. You know,
you gotta
we can't lose momentum neither, though. You know, like
I definitely respect that.
You know, especially in this entertainment industry, and we ain't made it yet. So it's like as soon as you turn it off, they forget about you. You know what I mean? Like, and
I
respectfully, because there's so many people trying to put content out and shit right now. You know what I'm saying? You got to stay in their face. And
I love it. I love the hunger. I love the hunger. But I kind of agree with those people where it's like you kind of got to take a step back and really put into focus what the fuck y'all doing and the magnitude. No, y'all not famous yet.
Right.
But the work y'all put in up until this point is absolutely amazing. I was talking to J Sweets. Shout out to J Sweets. He's connected with Red McFly and everything. Shout out to Red McFly.
Word.
And he was telling me, he was like, yo, you gonna be at the next event? I'm like, I don't even know when the next event is. He was like, yeah, it's a yacht party or whatever the case may be. So I mean, like, bro, I've been rapping for a while. I know a lot of niggas that came out of this area. Niggas not doing that.
Yeah.
It's different.
Yeah.
It's different.
Super different. We be doing a lot of different kind of things, man. We like this next event we got going is actually gonna be July 13th over at the Infusions Cafe in Bethlehem.
Yeah. New spot.
Yeah, brand new spot, you know. So it's new again, you know what I'm saying? No alcohol in there, everything's infused, you know what I'm saying? So
come get your swerve on, man.
I don't need to say no more, you know. But the menu is crazy. They got real chef in there cooking some crazy stuff. You can infuse all your food, all the drinks is infused.
Oh, that's fire.
Water pipes and bongs and stuff brought to your table. You can get hookah. And
When the tickets going out for that? Because I know
ain't no tickets.
No
free,
tickets?
free all night. It's gonna be free over there. July 13th. Everything is free. We just want you to pull up and vibe with us. It's gonna be a smoke session. We're gonna have some dope ass artists. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
yeah, man.
Are you performing?
Yeah, of course.
Oh,
Of
man,
course.
of
We
course.
always perform. Yeah, we always perform.
At the Emmaus show, when y'all started doing that shit, it was like, bitch, I'm a thot. Give me lit.
Yeah.
What fucking song is that? Y'all was going crazy on that shit.
That was Loud Pack and E Half a Million shit.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
Yeah.
You was rapping that shit like
of
you
course,
wrote
that's
it,
how
bro.
we always are.
My man was going crazy. I was like, no lie. I thought it was...
Bro, that's how we always are. We have songs like that. We get off stage and motherfuckers be thinking it was somebody else sometimes because we just be going so crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like,
bro, honestly, I couldn't tell whose record was who. But bro, the energy, the amount of energy y'all come out with is unmatched, man. You can definitely feel the vibes when you walk into the spot. I want to talk about your music a little bit.
All right.
Because you just dropped your first. Hold on 1 second. The phone's ringing. The phone is ringing.
Popular over here. They trying to get a hold of us.
You're going to take it out of the room? Thank you. We're shooting from a new location. This week we not at AFK. Shout out to my man Josh who run AFK Gaming Lounge. This week we are at our place of business, Miles of Smiles Learning Center, shooting. So yeah, man, bear with us. We're going through a lot of changes, a lot of growth, and you know what I mean. That of course that doesn't come without setbacks.
Right. No,
Yeah.
that's lit. We love it.
Hey, where I want to go from here? That shit threw me off. Okay, so yeah, I want to talk about your music a little bit. I see that when I went to your YouTube page, there's like a 4-year gap.
Mm-hmm.
So you just dropped your freestyle a couple months ago, about 3 months ago. But why was there a 4-year gap within the releases?
We was dropping stuff on a different platform. Like we were messing with a label out here, INE. Still shout out to them, you know what I'm saying? Ain't no hard feelings or nothing. It was just a little bit of a fallout and stuff. So if you would look up the INE page and stuff, you would see some other videos and things that we have done in between that.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, then I dropped back on my own YouTube page and shit because of a little falling out that we had recently and shit. You know what I mean?
I think you should definitely upload the music there, bro.
Yeah.
Because you're talented, but it looks like you have this big old gap between your discography.
There's a little gap and shit too, though. We was talking about that on the way here. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, you know, I went through a little bit of personal stuff and all that, and you know, it was a little hiatus and shit on my end. And then once I did get back into it, it's like we get booked and busy so fast to be like, sometimes I have to take a minute to focus just on doing that too. And like I said, like sometimes I don't get a chance to really celebrate what we doing because now as soon as I do take a break, it's about this. Now I got to get the catalog right and shit. Because we sitting on tons of music that just got to get out. You know what I mean? Like,
I guarantee it. I do want to talk a little bit about that period of when you are on that hiatus. I'm no stranger to hiatuses. I rapped till I was like 16 to 20, took like a 2-year break, got back on it like around 2020, you know what I mean? Then now I took another 2-year break. So I definitely understand that things get in the way, things change. Can we talk about it a little bit about the hiatus?
Sure.
So what was occurring in your life and how did you know you wanted to get back to this?
Like really all my guys is always with me. You already know we never pull up anywhere by ourselves and shit. So they was a big part of me getting back into it and shit. And I always have this love. I mean, it's tatted on me and shit. Like hip hop is definitely a big part of me, period, you know. But so I had lost my mom and then lost one of my best friends and then lost another one of my best friends like rapidly within like 2 years, you know.
Oh, my
so
condolences,
it's like,
man.
I appreciate it. And you know, we was still moving and grooving through all that, you know, still doing shows, dropping music, shooting videos. And eventually it really just kind of took a toll on me. It was like set in, you know what I mean? Like, and I really just like almost fell into a little bit of depression, struggled with a little bit of anxiety and shit like that. And you know, my guys, like I said, they was always there every day trying to push me back into the shit.
Big shout out to the fellas standing behind you, man. That's why you always need people that's gonna pull you out of the gutter because we all get to that place. So around when did it was like, you know what, I'm getting back into the groove. You know what I mean? I can't sit down for too long. You know what I mean? I got to keep I got to keep progressing and growing?
I don't even know. Like I said, I can't even think of like the date that it was, but I think, matter of fact, we did the Beanie Siegel and Freeway show, and Campaign, my other homie and shit. He not here right now and shit, but he had me reach out and try to get a part of this show that was happening at Reverb, opening for Beanie Siegel and Freeway and shit.
That's fire.
We
That's
plugged
fire.
up a little bit over there at Reverb and shit. Shout out to my guys over at Reverb, you know what I mean? So, you know, that really lit a fire back under me and shit. You know, we go over there, we get to be on stage with Freeway and Beanie Siegel, who's one of my favorite rappers ever, and you know, we get paid a little bit for this shit.
Surreal.
Yeah, it is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I said, like Feel It in the Air, one of my favorite songs ever made.
That's a classic.
We was this close while he performing and shit. So it's like, you know, it was
Total,
goosebumps and shit. Yeah,
total different feeling.
And then we get paid through the whole situation too, which is just a little cherry on top and shit. So it's like, it really just like, all right, let's go, man. You know what I mean? So I miss this feeling, you know, when we all out together and cause like that too, like you seen when we was on the party bus and shit, it's so much more than the show. You know what I'm saying? The whole night was
the whole night. It truly isn't. It's lit for real. It's an entire event. You know what I mean? From the pre-show, because there was a whole pre-show. That was the first time I had ever, as an artist, and I performed in front of small, like 10 people, all the way up to 200.
We all been there, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's a humbling experience. But when I show up for sound check, there's like 20 artists in the room. And shout out, what is his name? Supreme, right? Isn't that Supreme?
Yeah.
Shout out to him. He pulls up. He's like, listen, don't nobody go past this backdrop here. Y'all artists today. Be professional. You know what I'm saying? And he's giving this whole spiel to everybody. And I'm like, wow, I feel like I'm part of something bigger. Part of something way bigger than myself. Like, I thought I was going up there and get my 2 songs in, you know what I'm saying, and just enjoy the show. And it was something totally different that I walked into.
Right.
So I definitely want to give y'all shouts out, because y'all gave me an experience as not only a fan of hip hop, but also an artist, to be like, yo, this is how I want it done from now on when I go out there and perform. Like, you guys set the tone for me personally.
Right. Nah, I appreciate that, man.
For real, man. For real. So I brought up the other part that I brought up was because in your questionnaire, you was like, you know, being a part of something bigger than myself. You know what I mean? I know what that means as far as what it, like in my life, how it applies to my life. But what does that mean to you as far as being part of something bigger than yourself?
Man, it's hard to explain, I guess, almost. Like so I grew up playing sports, right? I quarterbacked my whole life from flags to high school, you know, and so it's always been that mentality, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's about us, it's about the team, you know?
I definitely understand.
The quarterback mentality, you can't take the credit almost, you know what I'm saying? It's got to be about us. When we win, when we lose, it's me, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I've always had that feeling of, you know what I'm saying, like making sure everybody looks good and everybody eats and we all win together, you know what I'm saying? Like, and you know, my home life a little bit troubling at sometimes and shit, and don't have the closest family and all that. So when we do have chances to create our own family and shit like that, I take that personally. You know what I'm saying? So when I connect with people, whether it be at shows or shooting videos, doing podcasts or something like that, I take relationships very seriously. You know what I'm saying? Like, and my guys know, and they the same way for me. You know what I'm saying? So
that's beautiful.
Yeah.
Sometimes the family you get to choose, it ends up being closer than the family that you was born into. You know what I mean? And a lot of the time it's because of those things you're talking about, where it's like, these are the people that's helping me out of the ruts, out of the dark spots that I'm sitting in.
Right.
And bro, I did not know you play football.
Yeah,
that's fire.
My whole life. Yeah. Yeah. Me and Loud Pack actually like played against each other when we was young kids and shit. Like I grew up out here in Allentown and shit till, like I said, like about high school, like 9th grade, moved out to Montgomery County and then ended up in Redding and shit.
Okay. So how was that experience? Like, cause you played high school football as well?
Just 9th grade.
Just 9th grade. Okay. Oh yeah, you did say that. I'm sorry.
No,
my apologies.
Yeah, you good.
So why didn't you try to continue it from there? A lot of people go through high school and, like, you know what I mean? They got hoop dreams. They got, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it was one of the biggest regrets I had. You know, I started moving around a lot, and that really killed my shit. Like I'll go to a new school and be like, oh, I don't want to do this no more. Like when I moved from Lehigh County to Montgomery County, and 9th grade is still middle school out there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I felt like crazy.
Go like this, bro.
I felt crazy going out there and shit, and like being so I got held back and shit. You know, a whole bunch of goofy stuff happened and stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm back in middle school and shit, and it just felt, I'm like, I'm not playing for the middle school. I'm just being like a dickhead, you know what I'm saying? Like, because I felt like I was supposed to be in 10th grade and shit, and when I moved, it was like my grades situation got all crazy.
A little crazy.
Yeah. So, and then again, next time I move and shit, I'm like, oh, I'm not playing for this school, they suck. And it just, I get caught up in doing street shit and stuff like that, and then it's like, hard to bounce back, you know, because I keep getting in trouble, and now they don't want me to play on the team. You know what I'm saying? By the time I wanted to turn shit around, they don't want me to play no more because I've been in so much trouble. You know what I'm saying? Like, grades ain't there, all that kind of shit. So,
what was music your fallback from there?
I didn't even do music. I know Hop since high school, and like he was rapping in high school. I didn't do music at all.
Really?
No.
Oh, you're a late bloomer then, huh?
Yeah. But I always loved music. I just didn't realize I was good, you know what I'm saying? Like, I would rap at home in the shower and stuff like that, but then realize I was good, you know what I'm saying? Till a couple people heard me and stuff, and especially my shorty that I'm with now, like, when she first heard me, she was like, nah, this is really valid. Like, you know, of course, I had to go ask the homies and shit, too.
Yeah. but having your woman, man, women are fucking catapult them, man.
Right,
you got the right
for
one.
sure,
You got the right one. They'll
ain't
catapult
nothing like
you.
your ladies' love,
Facts,
you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Facts. And when, you know what I'm saying, the rest of the world can hate you, man, as long as you got a good place to go home to, bro, it makes it all worth it.
No, that's a big fact.
Yo, so that's crazy. I didn't know you started so late.
Yeah,
So how this whole thing, I know you said you played football against Tony as kids, but how you end up down here and then part of the movement that you become part of? Like, how does that whole how does this all happen?
We end up throwing shows out in Reading. Like, I'm out performing. We done opened for DMX and Joel Santana, PNB Rock, all kinds of big names.
Got a crazy list, man.
So we start throwing our own shows. We had this club, Alley Oops in Reading, and I&E, the label that we was then associated with.
Yeah.
They come out, buy a slot to one of our shows, come perform. We was messing with them. We was like, oh, they was dope. They run a studio. They was like willing to trade some studio time for some performance slots and shit like that. And we just built a relationship over time. And so that's how the connection comes back out here to Allentown there. So I'm like, all right, we gonna start finding some clubs out here in Allentown because we have now connected with some people through the studio and stuff out here. So we like, all right, let's get this going out here now. Same thing we doing in Reading. Performing at these clubs, we're gonna bring it out to Allentown. So we did like Jabberjaws and Sportsmen and shit like that out here.
Jabberjaws, that's a classic.
We turned Jabberjaws up. Yeah, we turned Jabberjaws up.
You ever do Croc Rock when it was open?
Nah, that was before. Like, I remember growing up out here as a young boy hearing about the Croc Rock.
Yeah,
but
in that basement, man, you could pack like 400 people in that little ass space, bro. That's fire though. So as far as going out and you're like, okay, we got a formula that works here. We're going to take this 30, 40 minutes away and we're going to try to replicate this and take over this town as well. How would you say that plan is going into effect? You know what I'm saying? Like, how do you think y'all impact is on the local scene?
I think it's really big. I mean, we go to podcasts and stuff out here and people don't know that we not from out here. They was like, oh, we thought y'all was from here. Like, we got an hour drive home. Yeah. They was like, oh, shit, we thought y'all from out here.
I thought you was from here, bro, until you met your Reddit.
Yeah, we was at the Lehigh Valley Hip Hop Awards. I was nominated for Best Male Artist.
Oh, that's
you know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
For real. I got an applause on here.
Yeah. You know, and we performed at that time. So, you know, and we was the only people that wasn't from out here nominated and shit like that. So, I think it's definitely going well. I think we really doing shit. Like, at the Emmaus Theater, you know, Bull hit my line to come headline that joint, and you know, that was, I didn't reach out to him, he reached out to me. I'm in Reading, you know what I mean? So
yeah, that's
out to anybody out here, you know what I mean, they hitting my line, and that ain't the first time, you know what I mean? Like, there's venues, like when we was just at the joint in Hereford, and they called me to come. That was the show venue. I was referring to, the
Hereford one.
Right.
How was that one? Because I had some things that I had to do. I really wanted to be there, but I wasn't able to. How was that event? Talk about the people that hosted it. I know you had Quantitat there.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Y'all
put on the whole fucking set again. So talk about it a little bit.
Yeah, we got put on over there. We actually somehow stumbled across a venue out in Fleetwood a couple years ago called the New Jerusalem Inn, and we went
That's
really
a fire name.
Yeah, we went really crazy out there, and these people ended up taking over this other venue out there in Hereford. So they asked us if we could come out there and start throwing shows out there and shit too to help, drum up business and shit like that. Yeah. So that's why we started going out there. But it was a good show. I mean, a lot of the artists said that it was the best show that they've been to and shit. You know what I mean? So we had 13 artists perform. We gave away a big prize and shit. You know what I mean?
Did you announce the prizes yet? Because part of the prize packages is from here.
Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying? I definitely want to go ahead.
Yeah, we gave away. We have 4 different DJs that is gonna be playing the winners' music in 4 different clubs.
That's fire. That's free promo right there, baby.
Right.
Yeah.
Nah, that's great promo because
Fuck
a lot of DJs don't want to play local artists' music. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
they play the safe shit a lot of the time.
Yeah, they gonna come on here and have a conversation on the Dope Individuals podcast.
Big facts.
We gonna do an interview on Basement Sessions with them.
I definitely got to get on the platform.
Yeah, for sure.
I had no clue. Clue. What do y'all talk about on the Basement?
A little bit of everything. A little bit of everything. Yeah, I can't even think of. We just went yesterday, so we would not miss a week. You know what I'm saying? So we don't ever miss a week. We'll go on Wednesday or Friday, like if we have something to do on a Thursday.
Yeah,
because we would be on right now.
Okay. So I appreciate y'all making the time, man. Especially because
course.
I know last week, man, I had a rough fucking week, dog. A really rough week, and I was like, I can't sit here and try to have a conversation with you when you're not gonna have my undivided attention. So thank you guys for being graceful and everything like that. So you got any secret talents?
Secret talents? Not really. I mean, rap is really my main talent for real. I guess the main secret.
He got us
so stupid.
He's the whistler.
I'll be whistling, yeah.
You can whistle?
I could not loud.
That's a skill,
I
bro.
Whistle tunes, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, let's hear it, man.
Bugging out, nah. Motherfucker whistle. America's Got Talent.
Yo,
nah.
this is the best whistle I got.
Yeah. Nah. I don't know neither. Like it just come out. Like I don't do it on purpose.
But you be humming you be whistling it too.
Yeah, for sure.
I fucked with it, man. My man was not letting you slide on that.
Nah. I was gonna say I don't write when I write my raps. I just write in my head,
on some Lil Wayne shit
type shit. Yeah.
Oh man, how much of a role does Cause y'all niggas smoke, man. Mm-hmm. I smoke a little bit.
Yeah.
But y'all niggas smoke.
Right.
I be in there with Loud Pack, bro. He finished one. He's up on another one. After I'm like, bro, I would have been asleep on his motherfucking couch, bro. So how much of a role does weed play in the creative process? I started smoking back in 2020, and I just realized how creative I can be while high, last year.
Right.
So I want to talk about this a little bit.
So for me, for sure, I have ADHD. So when I don't smoke, my brain is just doing this everywhere all at once. So I can't just focus on nothing. So I know it's a big part like that because I can't write, I can't record without smoking. Not that I can't, but it makes it much easier. You know what I mean?
It makes the process smoother.
Right. Because I can just black out and focus on what I'm trying to do, but yeah, I think it definitely plays a big part in that process for sure.
Does the music I'm gonna backtrack a little bit here. So you went through a rough patch, you went through a hiatus. How much of you climbing out of the hole do you attribute to you finding music again? And has your music played a role in that healing process as far as everything that you suffered through?
Yeah, no, that's a great question too. But definitely, the music definitely helps me vent. You know what I mean? Cause especially dealing with death is sometimes I was like, shit, you don't want to talk about. You know what I'm saying? Because especially as men too, you start getting emotional. You don't want to show all this teary-eyedness and all that. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes when I can let it out through this, it's a lot easier than me sitting down and just talking about it. You know what I'm saying? Or telling a motherfucker oh, I feel depressed or whatever. But when I say it in a song, it's a little easier for it to come out and say it. And you know what I'm saying?
And in some cases, it's received better as well.
Right.
But I do want to touch on that because this show is all about sharing your story, letting people know the man behind whatever you do.
Mm-hmm.
So I do want to touch on that a little bit because I feel the same way as you, as far as like the stigma that motherfuckers cannot have feelings, even when you're dealing with something as serious as death. You know what I'm saying? That's something we all gonna experience. If you hear, you're gonna watch people fade away and disappear. You know what I'm saying? So why do you think that is such a hard thing for us to be able to talk about as men, especially even amongst people we trust? You know what I'm saying? With our lives in some cases.
I think really it was like a stereotypical thing that came from like older generations. You know, I think like our generations are really starting to break that type of stuff. You know what I mean? Like even like that we able to have this type of conversation now.
Yeah.
And talk about mental health like very openly. You know what I mean? You see it on the internet and on different podcasts and stuff. You hear it on the radio and just in conversation. Bro,
you just came up here and you just let everybody know you got ADHD. That's something that 20 years ago wasn't happening.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Right.
So
and for y'all to not judge me off of it neither. You know what I'm saying? I can say the anxiety and depression and everything and nobody in here like,
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like,
yeah,
what about?
Right.
At the end of the day, bro, we really do all go through these things.
Mm-hmm.
And that's something that that's something that had a big hand in me creating this show was the fact that like overall I want to help people. You know what I'm saying? I want to raise awareness for shit like that. I want to raise awareness that like motherfuckers really be going through real life shit and we still need outlets regardless of whether we men or not. You know what I'm saying? So yo, thank you. I appreciate you touching on that, man.
I appreciate you, man.
Hey.
I appreciate you. You make it easy to have the conversation and stuff up here too, for real. That's
I
a
hope
dope
so,
thing.
man. I hope so. You'd be surprised. I do this I did this because I was like, what the fuck am I good at? Like, you know what I mean? And there's not a lot of things that I'm good at that I like to do. But talking to people is one of them. And I'm like, you know, when I started this show, I was like, who the fuck is going to listen? Who the fuck going to want to come up here and tell people about their life and what they've been through? Like, you know what I'm saying? But like, I appreciate the fact that you open and you willing, you know what I'm saying? You support the show and all of that, bro, because there was a time where I didn't know there was even people like yourself, like out there that would even be willing to fucking take 10 minutes out their day.
Right.
So I'm grateful for that shit, bro.
Nah, I'm grateful for you providing the platform, and the same for the people that do watch. Anybody that we can impact, I feel like, you know, if you can impact a little bit in little people's life, you know what I'm saying? Like, it go a long way.
Yeah, facts. Do you have any other passions other than like your family and your music? Like, is there anything else that you passionate about? Even if it has nothing to do with like extracurricular activities, you know what I'm saying? Like, you could be like, yo, I'm fucking passionate about politics.
Yeah, not politics.
Nigga say,
not
politics.
Yeah, I like shopping for real. I like getting fly. I like dressing. You know what I'm saying? Like,
don't be over there. You got my wife over there nodding.
Yeah. Little retail therapy and shit.
I don't believe in retail therapy.
You know, make you feel good. Dion said, "You look good, you feel good, you play good." You know what I'm saying?
My man came up here and hit me with a Dion Sanders quote.
I'm a Cowboys fan too.
Oh
so,
my God! Yeah. How dare you? You know what, man?
Let's drop the bomb now.
Yeah,
you know
right. Wait, where is it? Because I got some shit. Hold on. Yeah. You heard it? Did you hear it?
I'm passionate about that sports. I'm a Cowboys fan.
Oh man, I don't know how you. Okay, so how much of a Cowboys fan are you really? We could talk about this.
Big Cowboys fan. They know that's all in my house. Everything.
You actually watch?
Every game. Yeah.
Y'all suck. I'm gonna tell you off the rip, homie. I'm an Eagles fan, bro.
Yeah, I'm used to it.
Flying around this bitch.
My whole family, like my mom's side of the family, all from like South Philly and shit like that. Okay. So they all season ticket holders. My brother got big Eagles tattoo. You know what I'm saying?
You're the only one showing up in a Des Bryant jersey.
My mom was an Eagles fan. I was a mama's boy and shit. And fucking so I'm a Cowboys fan since my mama was.
All right, I gotta figure it out then. So how the fuck does that even happen? Because bro, we're so far away from Texas.
I swear she just did it to piss everybody off, like just to be the eyeball. You know what I'm saying?
Make
like,
you the Cowboys fan?
Yeah,
she made you the example?
Yeah,
that's
type shit, right? But I love it though. I love the Cowboys, you know what I'm saying? I love being the one that, like, I'm always, like, it's fun because we ain't all cheering for the same fucking team.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
It
Like,
gives us something to argue about. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I could take it, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I don't be crying when we do go at it, you know? Like,
how do you feel about your team? Like, You know what I hate the most about the Cowboys? Y'all get so much press. Y'all get major games. Y'all get all the fucking analyst time, and y'all blow it every single fucking time. It don't matter.
I think that's part of it. Like, they be getting too much. Motherfuckers be watching. You know what I mean? As soon as they win a few games, the whole world go crazy.
Are they Super Bowl bound?
If they win 3 games in a year, they on every fucking outlet. They talking about, are they about to go to the Super Bowl? Is this the year they break the fucking... You know how many years it's been? Yeah, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, every year. As soon as they win 3-4 games, that's how it goes.
How old are you?
I'm 33.
Okay, so you were actually alive at a time where you guys were the guy. You guys were the team.
Yeah, right.
To beat.
I was like 6 or whatever the last time they won a Super Bowl. So I'm like right at the cusp there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I remember it. You know what I'm saying? Like, but at least everybody was talking about how good they were.
Yeah.
When I'm like,
I just don't want to hear about that shit now, bro.
I don't either.
I'm almost 30, and y'all rep is based on. Basically, when I was born, bro.
I'm the same way. I don't talk none of that old shit.
Nah,
None of that.
okay.
Yeah.
I fucks with it.
Yeah, because I'm a football player. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I don't care about none of that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
why don't you play in some of these flag football leagues around the area?
Yeah, I definitely want to. I've been talking to... Yeah, I was just going to say, I was talking to Loud Pack about that. Because, you know, we don't do shit like that in Reading. You know what I'm saying? Like, motherfuckers is too gangster for that out there. So we don't do shit like that in Reading. And if it is, it's very far and few between. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely want to come out and be a part of it. But I was telling Pac, like, I don't want to half-step nothing. That's just not what I do. So, like, if I don't want to be... It's an hour drive for me. Plus, I work full-time, and I'm a full-time dad myself, and I do a podcast. And, you know what I mean? There's a lot of stuff that I do myself. So it'd be hard for me to, like, I want to come out here and go to practice and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So if I can't do that, it's like...
Man, fuck that. We ain't practicing, bro. We show up
that's
on
what he
game
said
day.
too. And I was like, all right, if y'all not gonna hold it against me,
it's only 5 niggas on the field. You could tell everybody what to do and where to be at.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's definitely a hell of an experience. And for somebody that I'm a little bit like you, where I played high school football all through though, and when I wanted to go play college ball, and I didn't do what I was supposed to be doing in that time. And I ended up graduating high school and being like, what the fuck am I gonna do with my life now?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and I had to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? Luckily I had my wife at the time. She was my girlfriend at the time, but luckily I had my wife and she always helped me, you know what I'm saying, figure out what I want to do next and pour it into a nigga. But that the flag football gave me some semblance of what I lost.
Right. Nah, I love that shit. I be watching y'all on Facebook and stuff playing. I'm like, damn, that shit look fun as hell.
It is fun.
Yeah.
It is fun. It is taxing on the body. You know what I'm saying? Like, you really start to feel your age. You realize you ain't 16 no more.
Yeah, already.
But it does give you that semblance where you got that competitive nature. You get to go out there and let that shit fly. You got the team shit again. You know what I'm saying? Like the camaraderie.
Right.
It's definitely. And I've been a teammate with Pac too. He's fun to ball with.
Yeah.
He's the loudmouth. I don't really talk too much.
And you know,
but
like, you played sports, you know, like, a lot of times it's not even the games that we talk about. It's the bus rides and the shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
It's
that you really miss. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Having those moments, like, as kids, we don't really realize that, like, this shit is gonna end.
Right.
I don't think not a single one of us until it's over.
Like shit you hear, like, your parents and everybody saying your whole life, like, oh, these are the best years of your life.
Yeah,
you're like,
enjoy being a kid.
If this the best years, fuck this. Da, da, da. You know what I'm saying? You say shit like that, and then you look back, you're like, damn,
bro,
I really could have took advantage of that shit, done so
bills,
much more.
Right?
Yeah, right.
Niggas could have been actually setting themselves up, like, for something greater, and instead we pissed that shit away doing nonsense a lot of the time. Oh man!
Everybody older always telling me you could be doing this and that. I'm like, I don't want to do nothing. I just want to chill.
I just want to chill.
Leave me alone.
Facts. But niggas, that's at now. Like, as crazy as it sounds now, if you get an opportunity as an adult to just chill, that's also just so fucking like. I don't even know the word I'm looking for, bro. That shit feels great because as an adult, like you said, I do this, I do that, I got a job. You know what I'm saying? You just bouncing around nonstop.
Facts.
And then you get that couple moments as an adult. You're like, nigga, I get to sit on my couch.
Yeah, no cap though. Me and my shorty like to take trips and stuff. We'll do we go to Atlantic City like 3-4 times a year. So we'll go out there. That'll be our time where we just get away from everybody. I'm not doing no social media shit. Like even like I let them go to my house and do basement sessions without me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so I'm in this mode, you know what I'm saying? We just relaxing and doing this. I'm turning everything off basically, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, don't look for your boy for the next 72.
right.
I want to touch on that a little bit because I don't got too many people I can trust in my house without me being there. You just said you give your keys essentially to your partners, you know what I'm saying, so that that way they can keep getting to work. And that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's a lot of trust, bro.
Yeah.
That's a lot of
Nah,
trust.
that's how like I said, we've been around each other since high school and stuff. And then, me and Campaign, it's been like 8-10 years, you know what I'm saying? Like, we really got a crazy bond. And we've been around each other. Like, I mean, we didn't travel half the country together, you know what I'm saying? So, like, we've been through a lot of drama together. We've been through heartbreak and all that bullshit, you know what I'm saying? Everything you could go through with any kind of family member, you know what I'm saying? So, it's like I always say, like, blood would never make us no closer. You know what I'm saying? We brothers for real.
That's what's up, bro. Like, that's what's up. Motherfuckers search their entire lifetimes for people that they could trust like that. So
yeah, for sure.
That's beautiful that y'all niggas got it, man.
And people say shit like that too, but then like they don't be willing to do things like that. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes when it's your family, you don't think twice about doing it, right? But then when we like want to build a relationship with somebody that's outside our family, we treat them different, right? But it's like you got to put that trust in other people too.
You got to give them the opportunity to prove you wrong. Right. I respect that. That because that's very hard. A lot of people like be afraid to get shitted on, especially when you've been the victim of that at some point. It's very hard to be like, yo, I'm trusting you right now, my man.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So
I always like since young, I always was like the first one that had my first apartment out of all of us and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I always been the one that like opened my house to everybody. I always let people stay with me and shit like that. And there's been times I got burnt and shit like you said, but I do it because that's what I do, not to get reciprocation from anybody. You know what I'm saying?
That's who you are at your core.
Right.
Where does that come from? Because I mean, you live in a place where, like you said, man, motherfuckers be on some grimy shit. You know what I'm saying? How doesn't that change you? Because a lot of the time you see people like they get done wrong and it changes who they are. They start acting like, I'm gonna go tit for tat. That's how you want to play it? Fuck it, we'll run it this way. But you're like, yo, it doesn't change. Like, even if it doesn't get reciprocated, I'ma still be me.
Yeah.
Why doesn't that change despite having been through shit that easily could have made you standoffish with people and less trusting and things like of that nature?
I don't know where it come from for real inside of me, but I just it's there. And I know, like, again, like I always say, like, the quarterback thing, because it's like I always been, like I said, it felt like it was bigger than just me, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I always kind of just seen past what was right there, you know what I mean? Like, and I always wanted to be the example, not the exception, you know what I'm saying? So like I always
wanted talking that shit right now.
I always wanted to be the example, you know what I mean? Like, I didn't need to follow somebody, like I always, like I said, I seen the big picture of shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm an empath and shit, you know what I mean? I feel like I feel people's pain sometimes when I see shit. So it's like, I know it's bigger than me. I know other people been through more shit than me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been through shit. My bro been through shit. You know what I'm saying? So, like, how can I sit here and cry about it? You know what I'm saying? He hurting too. We all got to get together and help and move. And, you know what I'm saying? He out here walking around doing shit. I got to get out and walk around and do shit too. You know what I mean? Like,
my man is talking that shit right now. Bro, I have absolutely nothing to add.
Yeah.
Yo, like what you talking right now, everybody should have this shit on blast right now. Because I love the fact that you're like, yo, even though it's something you got from a sport you played as a child, you know what I'm saying? Like, that shit taught you some of the most meaningful lessons you can learn in life.
Right.
And especially when it comes to character, as far as not wavering in who you are and being true to you despite motherfuckers maybe not even being deserving of the beauty you got within you. Right. So, bro, this nigga's talking that shit right now.
I appreciate it, man. It's a great question and shit too. I love to be able to talk about it and shit. Like, we was touching on it a little bit yesterday, I think, and saying, like, like the event we got going July 13th, like, I'll get paid from that venue regardless. You know, I still open the door for other artists to come along and perform with us and do different things and shit like that, because like I love this shit so much, and like I love being able to be a part of something bigger and shit like that. And
the fact that y'all, because like Pac is a great example of what you're talking about. Pac didn't have to ask me like, yo, would you like to perform? You know what I'm saying? Right. And even though it didn't shake out the way we all wanted it to shake out, like, he didn't have to do that at all, nigga. He could have been like, yo, I got my niggas coming up there. We gonna close out the show, and that's gonna be that. But like, just like you said, you're even rolling with people that are inclusive. You know what I'm saying? Spreading the love, spreading the wealth. Like, people got this scarcity mindset where it's like, yo, there's not enough for all of us.
Right.
But the way y'all moving and the things y'all doing on other people's behalf shows like there's enough out here for us all.
There is. This is how we all win. You know, everybody talks about like Atlanta back in the day and how they used to build each other up and put the scene on, and that's how it became what it is and shit. And the only way we do that is if we do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, if we start putting each other on and being at each other's events, and you know, it ain't nothing from me. Like my cameraman standing here, Brass Knuckles Productions too. Shout out to him. You know what I'm saying? But it ain't nothing for him to be a fan of me and a fan of you. You know what I'm saying? It ain't taking, like, if I ask you your top 5 songs right now, it's probably not 5 from the same artist. You know what I'm saying? It's probably 5 different artists that's in your top 5 songs.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So don't take away. But that's like people's mindset, I think, a lot of times. Like, they scared to let you shine because they think it's gonna take away from your shine. But it don't.
Yeah. It don't give you a light.
Right. Everybody loves when we pull up to events and stuff like that because they see how we are together and shit. Right. So it's like that's part of it. You know what I'm saying? It's not blocking my shine, it's boosting my shine.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, and that's how I've always felt. People ask me that all the time because there'll be times like we get booked for a show out in Pittsburgh, and it's like they hit our line was like, is it cool if we put Smoove on the flyer? And I'm like, nah, I'm gonna make our own flyer so it can be all of us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, cause
you make the flyers too?
Yeah, my shorty will do the flyers. Yeah, shout out to my girl. Yeah.
Shout out to the women out there putting on, man.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
But like I said, it's always like it's bigger than us. Like, it's not stopping my shine. I never felt like that. I feel like it boosts it. You know what I'm saying?
I was gonna say that. If anything, I think it helps because now when people speak of you, all they have is nothing but positive things to say about you. Yo, he put a nigga on. He ain't have to do that. Yo, he showed love. He reached out. You know what I'm saying? And people don't forget when niggas look out, when niggas show love. So I love the fact that not only are y'all talking about it, but y'all standing on it. And I've been a recipient of the love that
facts. And it's so much more fun when we all there together. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's so much more fun than showing up by yourself. And, yeah, man. Yeah. Bro, it's so much more fun. And then, like, you know, again, like playing sports, like it's we win together. You know what I'm saying? It's more fun to celebrate with all of us than, you know what I'm saying? Like, motherfuckers got talent. We gonna show that too.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It ain't all about me.
My man talking that shit. So who do you think is an overrated GOAT of hip hop?
Man, overrated.
Overrated.
Yeah, I probably.
You look like you want to say so.
I know what he said. I probably gotta agree with him too. He's saying Jay-Z.
What?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
No way.
If we saying overrated, I'm a big Jay-Z fan. I am, but I mean,
he's not just he's just not as high on your list.
Right. To be number 1, 2, 3 on somebody's list, I don't
not
see that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Are we basing
I appreciate what he does, but I don't think, you know what I'm saying, if we put in like catalog for catalog, I think Lil Wayne is the best rapper ever.
Okay.
So
I can't be mad at Wayne.
I can't close.
Hate Wayne,
I mean, if we put in Lil Wayne against Jay-Z, lyrical or anything like that, I don't think it's even close. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I disagree.
Yeah.
I disagree. You ever listen to them Dead Presidents, man?
Yeah, nah, I love that. I love that.
Or that verse with Eminem on Renegade.
But that's what I'm saying. You pick, when you talk about somebody else, you pick a verse here, a verse there, a verse there. When you talk about Wayne, you talk about a catalog. Like, I mean, you'd be like, you heard No Ceilings. Like, you know, that's a whole album. You know what I'm saying?
It's a whole body of work.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't even think of one verse. You know what I'm saying? It's just that whole joint. You heard the dedication too? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's the whole thing. Versus a verse here, a verse there. You know what I'm saying?
So Wayne's your GOAT.
Yeah, I think it's really not even close.
I'm not mad at it. Wayne had an entire era, and not only that, the motherfuckers that Wayne put the rest of the world onto also shows his musical genius. Because it's one thing to be good at making music or making records, but it's also another thing to be able to recognize talent. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
The 2 artists that he put on.
Facts.
Are 2 of the biggest artists in the world
ever.
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 You know what I'm saying? You got Nicki, who's arguably the greatest ever hip hop artist for
Female,
women.
yeah.
And then you got Drake, where you can't deny him. Like, even if you want to hate
I would
this
say I
light-skinned
think he the
nigga,
biggest artist since Michael Jackson. You know what I'm saying? Like, because
that's not far-fetched at all.
I think he the only motherfucker you can play anywhere. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could go to your grandmom's birthday and put
that's
on
a
some
fact.
Drake. You know what I'm saying? Or you
That's
could go
a
to
fact.
any club in the world and put on some Drake. You know
Just
what I'm
don't
saying?
put
Like,
on hands on your knees. I played that shit the other day with some older women. They were like, turn this shit off.
I thought you was gonna say they started turning up and you had to cut it off. Like,
they
whoa.
was like, turn this nasty shit off. I was fucking rolling, bro. It was a reception that I wasn't expecting. I was kind of expecting like people to go up, but
Right.
nah, they was not having it.
They
dog.
wasn't feeling it.
They was not feeling that at all.
That's funny.
That's dope though. I like the fact I'm not mad at the Wayne pick. Wayne is a legend, especially for the very fact he does what you do. I remember watching this one interview. This nigga, they started telling him it was like it was like a Plan B bar he had during an interview, and the reporter recites the line to him, and he's like, "Who said that?" He's like, "That was you." He's like, "That was me. I wrote that." He's like, "Bro,
never
I don't
heard
remember."
it or some shit like that. Yeah,
never heard it. And he's like, "Yo, I just get in the booth and I just rap." You know what I'm saying? Like.
Right, like so, like we on the way here yesterday after we finished doing basement sessions. Me and Hop was running through some beats and writing some new stuff because July 13th when we I make myself laugh because I keep pushing it a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But July 13th when we do that event, it's gonna be more of a chill vibe. It's gonna be a smoke and chill vibe. So we're gonna be not trying to turn the crowd up so much. It's gonna be
at the Infusion spot.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
So we're gonna smoke and chill.
Y'all gonna have some singers up there?
Right.
Yeah?
Right.
Wait, who's coming up to sing?
Yeah. So we just got the confirmation that the date's locked in. So we starting to put the lineup together and shit. So if anybody, talk to me.
Hey,
talk to me.
I want to get on, bro.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
I want to perform,
Yeah,
bro.
talk
I'll
to
come
me.
up there. I'll serenade the crowd for 2 songs.
Right.
Just give me 2.
Yeah, let's go, baby. You know I got you. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. So fucking, it's gonna be on that type of vibe. So we was running through some beats yesterday and stuff. You know what I mean?
So you guys are putting together new records for this
Some
performance?
we got stuff already, but put some more that's that vibe. You know what I'm saying? Makes
Create
the
something
vibe
new.
and shit, right.
Especially because we rolling in the summer right now. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You could give them something new, something fresh.
Right, something for the ladies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you feel about making records for women? I know a lot of rappers have a hard time with that, or they don't do it.
Nah, I love it. I do lovey-dovey songs. I do little raunchy songs. I do club joints. You know what I'm saying? I love it. Yeah.
Do you feel like you have any areas of music where it's like I don't really do that. I don't really get into that zone. Cause typically for a lot of rappers it's the girl songs or it's party songs that they have a hard time with. Party songs is hard. Like I struggle with party songs.
I love being pushed. You know what I'm saying? I love when I always say, like, you want to see me do something, tell me I can't. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm going to fucking do everything I can now to figure that shit the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? Like, I couldn't write hooks for the longest. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'll send my stuff into shows or whatever, and people that would be the first thing, like, oh, it's hooks, da-da-da-da. Or I wasn't writing hooks at all. I was just rapping.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, we doing a little singing and stuff now.
Yeah.
And, you know what I'm saying? We
Let
changing
that
it up,
auto-tune ring.
You know it? Yeah. We over there at Lockjaw Studios, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Loud Pat.
She's not a big fan of auto-tune. That's why the
Yeah, all the girls always say that. Yeah, we was at the studio the other week, and I sent them over something, and all the girls was at my house hanging out, and they was like, "Oh, you don't need the auto-tune."
You know,
I like it.
Sometimes it sounds too squeaky.
Yeah.
Yeah, just a little, a little flick on it.
You can never make everybody happy.
You can't
make everybody happy.
Music is subjective.
Yeah.
Do you ever be hesitant to put out your music? I know that's a thing amongst artists, even myself.
Yeah, I probably am the opposite. I look
Like,
at
drop
stuff
that
that I
shit?
put out and I'm like, shit, why did I do that for? You know what I'm saying? Like, I got some old stuff that's like, I would never put that out.
You
now,
gotta
know what I'm
change it
saying?
to unlisted. I did that, bro. I some shit that I was just like, what was I thinking, bro? This don't even sound done. You know what I'm saying? I said my voice cracked here. I was like, fuck it.
I like to leave it so people can see the progression type shit.
The growth.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
that makes sense.
Yeah.
That make a lot of sense. As an artist, we should be evolving as an artist.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like the shit we was rapping about 10 years ago, we should not be rapping about. And if you do, maybe dibble and dabble, but like definitely I think the music should grow as you grow as a man or a woman.
For sure. You hear my early music is really a lot more street shit. You know what I mean? Like versus now it's about being lyrical or, you know, like you said, we doing some singing and softer stuff now, you know what I'm saying? So
do you have any musical influences? Musical influences. Do you have any musical?
Yeah, for sure. You know, I listen to all like mainstream stuff, you know, the Lil Durk and fucking Drake and everything that was just going on with the beefing and all that.
How you feel about the rap beef?
I love it. You know what I'm saying? I love watching all that. I was super entertained through the whole thing. I
agree.
think Kendrick got off on Drake a little bit, pause. But you know, no Diddy. No Diddy. But
no Diddy.
I think Kendrick with that last joint that They Not Like Us, I think he
that
took,
shit's hard, bro.
He took over. But I think that The Family Matters was the best song. Like if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? I think Drake put out the best song,
record.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
He does that though. Like even with the Pusher one, I think he lost that battle, but he had the better record.
Right.
And it's just something like he knows how to make bops. I think
he
that's
just
what
has
it
the
is.
formula for some reason.
He got the blueprint, bro. And not everybody, people figure it out every once in a blue. He can consistently do it. But you know what? A lot of time, especially years ago, motherfuckers used to make fun of Drake because he was light skinned and he sang. But I gotta give some respect to him because he's the only nigga that willingly jumps in the ring and he has everything to lose and nothing to gain from a lot of the time.
Right.
Like he don't get nothing out of winning a rap battle against Pusha T. Like,
right. Meek Mill.
Yeah,
I love
Meek Mill.
I'm a huge Meek fan, but motherfucking like, yeah, he's so much bigger. You know what I'm saying?
He has
like he had nothing
to lose.
Right.
Everything to lose. And he is willing to like get in these little tussles with these rappers and people that can really, really rap.
Right.
That's the other thing. Like
right.
A lot of people wouldn't call Drake a lyricist, but he's getting in there rapping with niggas who can rap.
Right.
You know, I think I think he deserves a little bit more respect than he gets a lot of the time.
I say the same thing all the time. I was saying that with Kendrick stuff, even I'm like, a lot of these numbers is inflated because of Drake. You know what I'm saying? Like they looking for him because they was looking for what he's saying about Bull. You know what I'm saying? Like
that's probably the last time Pusha was on the charts,
you know?
too.
Yeah, last time we was looking for Pusha T records was when he was talking about Drake. You know what I'm saying?
And that's not a slight towards Pusha, but you know, it is what it is. That's
right.
You know,
I'm not saying he's a bad rapper or nothing. It's just we wasn't really checking for you.
Did you know him and his brother wrote the ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba, I'm loving it.
I seen him say
McDonald's.
that in an interview.
He wrote that shit.
Yeah.
I was like, what?
Yeah.
And there was another one too. I forget the other one, but he wrote like two of the biggest like
little
slogans,
jingles and shit,
jingles of like, bro, they're still cutting this man.
I was just gonna say, still getting checks.
Still getting checks, bro. His grandkids is good, bro.
Crazy. Free McDonald's for life.
Have you guys ever niggas say free McDonald's for life too? Have you ever thought about like taking y'all music and trying to get it into things like that, like movies or commercials and shit like that?
For sure. We actually been in a movie. You can look it up on Tubi. It's called Get Lost.
Talk that shit.
I wrote a scene in the movie too. You know what I'm saying? So
that's fire.
Not only did we act in it, I also wrote a scene in the movie. You know what I'm saying? So.
And I seen in your questionnaire you mentioned movies too. You were like music, producing, movies. And I had that as a question as well. So is that what you were referring to when you say movies?
Right, yeah. We so like I said, that's out now on Tubi. Justina Valentine, Fat Boy, Bill Collector, Shiggy.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they all in this on Tubi. It's called Get Lost.
And you wrote a whole scene for it.
Yeah, I wrote a scene in it. We in a couple scenes in it, but one of them, one of the scenes in the movie I wrote also.
Congratulations, bro. That's big shit.
Yeah.
That's big shit, for real.
And we actually are in a second one, too, that's coming out soon with Joel Santana. You know what I'm saying?
Big
Still
shout out,
in the process of...
That's fire, bro.
Yeah.
I would have never guessed it. How did you get into like writing script?
So shout out my guy, Flow Television, Jago Flow. You know what I'm saying? He came up with us in Reddit and shit. He you know, him and Hop used to make music together, and then he transitioned out to music, started shooting videos. And he ended up linking with my guy out in West Virginia, my homie Josh from YNC, and they started making a movie together. So during that process, like they both my friends, you know what I'm saying? So when they linked together, they was like, oh, let's bring
Let's bring
Smooving them out. You know what I'm saying? So we go out to be a part of that and shit. And, you know, just through the process of that, like, everybody's getting the script and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So Jago shot a couple videos for us that we really, when we shoot music videos, a lot of times we really script it out. And we got
a whole storyline.
Yeah. I shot a joint called Bullets that was like a lot of acting in it. We did seasons 2 and seasons 3. There's both over like 20,000 views on YouTube and shit. And there's a lot of acting in that joint. They both like 10, 15 minute
mass
long.
cinematic.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we threw a whole premiere event for seasons 2 and shit. Went crazy. It was 100-some people there and shit. And you know, it was really dope. We premiered it on a big screen and shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it was fire.
Y'all niggas be making moves. That's fire. So how did it feel like for your work, for you writing this script to be part of this movie?
It was super fire. So like I said, like Jago's been a part of shooting them with us, so he knew that I do that and write the scripts out and shit for us. So while we were doing the movie, like when they were shooting, he asked me to help him out writing the scene and shit. So
is that something
ended
you
up getting in the movie and shit? Yeah, I loved it. I loved it. But I always say too, that was like one of the most gratifying things. Like even for that, like when they premiered that, it was in the theater and shit. And there's a decent amount of people there. So like when you see people react to this stuff, like the scene I wrote is more about them than me. So when I'm seeing people react to the funny stuff that I wrote, even though they're the ones saying it, it's really gratifying to me. You know what I'm saying? Like the same thing when we did that premiere, like there's 100-some people there, and there's like scene where campaign, like a little thing, you know what I mean? But it was just everybody laughed at it, and it was just I'm watching all of them watch the movie and shit, like with a video. But
that's so fire, bro.
know.
I myself have wrote some scripts. I wrote 2 books. I'm almost done with the second.
Oh, that's fire.
Yeah, I haven't put them out yet, but they're written, and that is something that I hope to be able to do at some point. Is write a script,
we got a link
short
or something.
stories.
We
Fuck
do
yeah, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, we got, and I was talking about this with Pacta one day. We were all in the studio. I was like, yo, we got all the equipment to do to take this way bigger than music. Like we're talking about like entire entertainment fucking like corporation kind of thing.
Right.
And motherfuckers fuck with grassroots shit. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you're putting out quality material, motherfuckers fuck with grassroots shit.
Right.
So I don't see why not, man. We could definitely make that shit happen,
we
man.
gotta start linking.
For real.
Motherfuckers got these big personalities, and you know what I mean? We gotta put it to work,
Nigga, I learned so much about you today. That's fire, bro. My man played football, wrote a scene in a movie. Bro, that's incredible, bro. At just 33 years, you said 33?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
But
bro.
I'm like, I feel like we just
getting
scratching
started.
the surface. We got so much more to offer to everybody. You know what I mean? Like we host shows, we write scripts, we act in movies and shows, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So we have so much more potential. It's like not even celebrating this. We just want to keep going and pushing and moving forward and doing the next thing. You know what I mean? Like I did some radio with DJ Johnny V from Power 99 and shit. You know what I'm saying? I was doing that for a little bit, like on air personality and shit. You know
that's
what I'm saying?
fire.
So, yeah, Blast Radio
well
FM.
Traveled, bro.
Blast
That's
Radio FM out there in Reading and shit. So we'll be out there June 22nd celebrating his birthday too at
make sure y'all get out there,
Liberty
bro.
Tap Room, Mount Penn. You know what I'm saying? It's the first hip hop show ever happening at this establishment. They done like rock bands and stuff like that. They never let a hip hop show happen there. So
people be weary of like hip hop fans because it get a little rowdy sometimes after the shows and shit like that. Yo, conduct yourselves with some fucking respect, man. Niggas is trying to make sure everybody has a good time and go home to their family, bro.
Right.
So make sure y'all act right when y'all out there. We coming up on the time. Wait, there is one question. I gotta ask you the final question.
Go ahead.
If you could change one thing about the world, what would you change?
Man, I think right away I want to say like poverty. It's a big thing. But more with me is like the way that people are. It's about that hate and shit. It's like if I could get rid of that, if we could change something about the world, I want to change the way that people just hate on each other so much. You know what I mean? Like that'd be the main thing. Everything we do, like personal stuff that we were just talking about, is so affected by people just hating and shit. If we could all just come together and love, we can build each other up so much. And there's so much to go around for everybody that we don't need to hold resentment.
It just slows the momentum of everything too.
Right.
Because like we'll harp back to the earlier conversation where it's like, yo, like you said, there's enough out here for all of us. And when I pour into you and you pour back into me, bro, you what I'm saying? That cup is gonna run it over.
You go places like LA or Atlanta and be like, man, we can do the same thing here. There's no reason why we can't, except for people hating it. You know, once we can get past that, I think we can conquer the world.
Yo, man, be happy for the next man, bro. You're not taking shit off your plate, for real. Make sure you shout out any links, give any shout outs you want to give.
You know we all on everything. J Smoove, one word, SMOOVE. Apple Music, iTunes, Spotify, all that good stuff. We got a lot more new music coming up, like we were talking about earlier. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to get the ball rolling, especially now that it's my head. You know, we definitely going to get the ball rolling. J Smoove, one word, on YouTube. Look us up. We got videos dropping and stuff like that. More new stuff coming. It should be here any day, for real. Shout out to Low Key Division. He working on some edits right now. Shout out to Brass Knuckle Productions.
Shout out.
You know, he been shooting everything for us lately. You know, shout out to my guys, Bossolini, Campaign, Loud Pack. You know, we here taking over the world. And shout out to you, man. I appreciate you for the platform and keep doing your thing. I love the episode y'all just did last week with the dudes playing football and shit. You know what I'm saying?
I appreciate it. Shout out to Jay Millie.
Yeah, of course, man. So, you know, keep doing your thing and we gonna take over the world, baby.
Likewise,
let's go.
man.
Yeah.
This is only the fucking beginning, bro. Because after today, bro, we definitely have some more conversations and some more work to do, for sure. I want to thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for listening. Make sure you stick around. If you've been here, if you're new here, stick around because there's more dope shit with more dope individuals. And yo, man, thank y'all, man, from the bottom of my heart. Thank y'all again. Thank you for the time. I appreciate the patience, everything like that. Shoot for the moon. If you miss, you're still amongst the stars. Peace.
I've been on my grind just to live it out. Say what's on your mind just to hear it loud. Everybody knows me, really, that's the old me.